Yeah, I mean, I just want to add, like writing a book is definitely not, to all the viewers, out there, writing a book is definitely not I mean, it is, but it's not like a, huge money making business. It's really just to, get the ideas out and, to share with the world like what you know. And, Mark definitely doesn't need to like, make money on this book. So, I mean, it's gonna be good stuff. Um, so, all right. So you talked about it many times that the internet, we're in like the first stages of internet, right? You talk about it like being at, the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah.
Let's get into this a little bit, right? What do you see in like the next 8, 9 innings?
Well, people talk about apps, and apps are really cool. They start with your phone, then they go onto your iPad. What's coming is interactive television, and it's going to be unbelievable big. So imagine, and I've seen it at a trade show. I go to trade shows to learn what's next because anyone who's got a leading product goes and exhibits at a trade show to show everybody. So all the cool stuff like at CES, you've heard about CES, the Consumer Electronics Show. So any market you like, whether it's hats or pens or men's jewelry or books or computers or electronics, there's a trade show for that industry. And I always recommend go to the trade show. So I was at a trade show and I saw interactive television that blew me away. First of all, the TV set's coming out with 3D, which is really cool. But imagine you're watching a TV show and you see a watch that Ashton Kutcher is wearing. You'll be able to stop the show, put your mouse on the watch, click the watch, and it'll tell you where to buy it cheapest. Do you want to buy it now? Click here.
That's that's awesome.
And that's coming. So if you know that's coming, you say to yourself, okay, that's going to happen. What else is going to be there? I don't want to be the guy that does that. That's too much for me. But maybe I can be the interface to offer the photos of all those watches on one database. Or maybe I can help do a little bit of the transaction and get a nickel a click for everyone who buys to offer something of value to those people. They're trying to figure out, we now can do this. I have to go find all the people that have to fill in the gaps to make that work. Knowing that's coming, you go and talk to these people, they're going to say, well, yeah, we can do it, but we haven't figured out how to do something. You then want to concentrate on the something that they aren't able to do because you might very quickly come up with an idea because you're younger and smarter and quicker at some of this stuff than the old guys. Say, wait a minute, I know how to do that. I saw this site do that. I can take this idea and marry it to that site. Maybe they haven't thought of it and make a lot of money. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, we're talking about, we want to fulfill this book. Now, if you buy it from my site, I have a third party that I pay that will pick it off the shelf, put it in an envelope, and ship it to you. That's at getrichclick.com. But I said to myself, I know Jeff Bezos at Amazon. I wonder why Jeff doesn't do that. And my partner said, well, because that means he'd compete. You sell the book and he sells the book. He don't want to do that. That's not right. If I sell the book behind the scenes, I can send Jeff the order and he can ship it and make $5 shipping it, where he'd make 100% of nothing. I've shown him how to make $5 where a sale he'd make nothing, and he can warehouse it and drop ship it under my brand. I don't think he's even thought of that. And we're talking hundreds of millions of dollars. If there's 700,000 books a year that come onto the market, there's 10,000 he could make a lot of money on that sell enough books to make this work. So he already has the warehouse, he has the shipping, he has the distribution, he has everything in place. I've just shown him another way to make money by warehousing my books and drop shipping them under my brand, even though it's him doing the fulfillment. It makes a lot of sense. So someone else is making that money. It's just like Google. Google, they make money when you go to Google and type in mutual funds. Google makes $2 out of $2 per click. You got that?
Yep.
But what if you go to mutualfunds.com and you see all these clicks that you can click, all these links, and you click on one of them. Those are actually Google links. But Google was smart enough to figure out we get 100% of this dollar, we can get 50% of that dollar as well. All we got to do is take that traffic. In essence, it's one step away from Google. That's the way to make millions, to think about, I see someone doing it over here. I need to take that same knowledge and technology and put it over here, and I can make myself a lot of money.
Okay.
Is that too complicated? Is that too complicated?
I definitely will have to rewatch that part to really get it.
Well, in essence, if you go to Google and type in a word and that word comes up and you click on it, Google just made $2 from that advertiser. We got that?
Yeah. So I understand
That's
the Google part.
Click.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Google said, wait a minute, we're getting more, which is rare, more people wanting to advertise than we have ads, than we have people viewing. How do we make more money if you only have a base that's this big? The way to make more money is make the base bigger. So if we have 1,000 people coming a day for the word for the word mutual funds, they came to me and said, okay, you own mutual funds, you don't have a website, people are obviously looking for mutual funds, let's point all that traffic to Google. So they took their 1,000 and made it 1,200. Because I'm now giving them all of my traffic, they're selling the same clicks and they're making the same $2, but they're sending me $1 of the $2 for sending them the traffic.
Yep.
So they took the base of 1,000 people and made it 1,200. Now they make more money, and now I monetize that traffic. So if you had a site that sold eyeglasses, you could run the website, send the traffic to Google, or you could eliminate Google and send it to someone in the eyeglass business and let them pay you so they get all of your traffic. That's the new thing that's coming. People are starting to bypass Google. Between you and Google and the client, they're bypassing Google and going directly to the client, selling them their traffic. And everyone, they save money and they make more money, and Google makes nothing. That's the new thing that's happening.
Okay. So Mark, you accomplished so much, right? Entrepreneurially and all your businesses. Like, is there anything that you still like to do?
I'm one of those guys that kind of doesn't know the answer to that because I like to do so much. I consider myself young and energetic and smart and fun and like to go learn all this stuff. I really like it. So as long as I'm doing what I like, and what I like is making money and finding niches and exploiting those niches and working on startup companies, I'll probably keep doing that. The fact that I'm in Texas is a hindrance relative to being in Silicon Valley. But the technologies have gotten to the point where you don't have to be in Silicon Valley anymore. Instead of getting 100 million, I'm happy making $1 million at a time on the things that they don't want to deal with because they don't have time. So whether it's a startup or investing in another person's company that's really doing well, the one thing I want to teach your folks is a business plan is essential. It shows who you want to invest, what you're thinking, where you see it going, and where you see it making money. Do not go to money or a venture capitalist or even your parents without a written plan to say, here's a 3-page plan and 1 page of numbers for the next 3 years. It'll cost this much to do it. It'll cost this much to manage it. It'll cost this much to hire someone. It'll cost this much to do the shipping. Whatever you do, have numbers with that plan. Answer the questions: who, what, when, where, why, and how much. Because the venture capital person, the investor, they can invest their money and make double their money in 5 years. They can put it in the bank and double their money in 10 or 15 years. You have to show them a way to double their money less than what they can do it elsewhere, so that you become a better option than those other options. And that means you have to know it better than anybody, so you can then raise the money and prove your point.
Okay.